Welcome to lesson 4, problem 4, two light bulb problems, but we can do it. Okay, let's get started. And we're going in the opposite direction now because we are given the graph and we are being asked to write the absolute value inequality that represents the graph. So the first thing we're going to do is look at problem 4a. Now, we know that the part that's shaded is in between two numbers. So we know it has to be an and problem because of the way that it's shaded in between the two numbers. So because it's an and, we know that it's less than our little trick from the previous video. So we are going to make it a less than or equal to because of the solid circles makes it or equal to. So we already know it's going to be the absolute value of something is less than or equal to some number. So the number that's going to go right over here on the right-hand side is going to be halfway from the middle point to each of the endpoints. So we're going to start in the middle, and we're going to see how far we'd have to go to each of the endpoints. So in the middle, between -3 and 5, the average of those two numbers is -3 plus 5 is +2, divided by 2 gives us the average of 1. So this number 1 is right in the middle. So what we're going to do with that 1 is we're going to see how far it would be from 1 to the 5 and from 1 to the -3. And in both cases, it's a 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the part on the right and we're going to put that 4 right there because the distance from the middle has to be less than or equal to 4. And then what we're going to do right here is we're going to take the portion of the graph that's kind of been shifted over from 0. And because it's been shifted 1 to the right from 0, in other words, 0 to 1, the middle point is a distance of 1. So we're going to do a -1 here to offset the fact that our graph has been shifted 1 to the right. Now, if you're not sure if that's correct, one thing you could do is you could say, all right, I'm going to just do this and see if I get exactly that answer of the graph that we have, and you will. So again, the way that we got that is we simply said this number came because it's the distance from the middle point, which was the 1, to the left and to the right. We know it's a less than because it's an and then this number, the -1, comes by the fact that our middle point is 1, so we make it the opposite sign, -1, to kind of offset that shift 1 to the right. So that is our final absolute value inequality. Feel free to write it out and see that you would get that graph. Let's do the same thing with B. B is going to be much easier now because we know this is an or because it's shading left and right. So what we're going to do with this one is we're going to make it a greater sign. I'm not going to do an or equal to because the circles are open this time. Okay, so the middle number in this case from -4 to 2, the middle number between those, if you might be able to just picture it, but the distance from -4 to 2 is 6. So we're going to go 3 this way and 3 the other way, and you'll see that middle number is the -1. So this time in the absolute value, we're going to do x plus 1. And so it's x plus 1, the absolute value, is greater than, and this time the distance either left or right is 3 from the middle point, and so it's the absolute value of x plus 1 is greater than 3. Okay, try that one out. Make sure that you would get the graph that we have pictured there, but I know you will if you do that absolute value right. So let me just throw that one little absolute value symbol back on there, and those are your two final answers. Great job.